Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick update video. Today we are going to be looking at SMCI stock, which is of course Supermicro Computer, a stock which over the past day is up by about 1%, however in the post market so far is falling by a further 2%. The question is though, where do we go from here, especially considering that the past 5 days have represented a gain of 5%. From the lows to the highs so far we are seeing rises well above 5.4, and in the past 6 months you guys will know we are seeing a very interesting trend. Again, from those lower points to the highs we are seeing gains of 74%. However, with the recent crash taking us down a further 26%, we're now in the past 6 months up by 4.2, and the question is, do we have the room to go up any more? Well, whilst I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice, I will be sharing with you my personal thoughts and opinions over the course of this video. So if it does sound good, please do make sure to leave a like and subscribe, as it does help the channel a lot. Anyway, yeah, we might as well jump straight in, and a few things that I want to point out here straight away, and this is really a historical trend that we can see play out numerous times. The levels that we have recently just bounced off of. Now, the lows that we have just seen, we're going to call it somewhere around 41.50, right? 41.50, 41.40. A level which we've really seen hold up roughly many a time in the past. Just look to this whole channel back here, right? Roughly around the same. Here. We have seen this one hold up. Clearly a key level to pay attention to, and a level which historically has been close to the potential bottom for a potential turnaround. Now, that's not necessarily saying that's what's going to happen here, but it's something to consider, especially viewing the historical long-term trend on this. Now, at the same time, we've seen lows even lower at the same period or just before, all the way down to the $39 range. However, again, roughly around this point has held up, as you can see, not once, not twice, but actually 3 times before bringing us back up. Now, after this drop that we've seen, this massive gap down, the question on a lot of people's minds is, where do we go? And one thing that I want to pay attention to, again, is paying attention to the bullish and bearish case scenarios. I'm not here to make you guys minds up for you, right? That's for you to do. However, I will clearly highlight the levels that I'm looking for, both on the bullish case, the bearish case, the supports and resistance that I am paying attention to. Again, down at that low end, most fundamentally, most crucially, we're looking for 43, or I should say 41.50 to really hold. That is going to be absolutely critical on the downside. Anything below that, and we're very possibly pushing into the 39s. I think there is a likelihood that this may hold, you know, even in a worst case scenario, which could present a very interesting opportunity if we were to go back down to those levels again. However, context will be important, so make sure to subscribe to not miss any future updates. So on the worst case scenario, I'm looking out for that, potentially down to 39 if it doesn't hold. And then of course we've got the bull case, right? Well, of course we're going to need to see this one break above a few levels. I think levels that pay attention to me, or levels that stand out to me, we're going to call them around 44.80, 44.90. As you can see, this has previously been a level of support all the way back here. However, now we're having difficulty today breaking above this. Again, we're going to go all the way from 44.55 all the way up to these high levels at 44.90. And you can see, again, a lot of difficulty here, a lot of difficulty here, just struggling to break above that channel. That is going to be one to pay attention to, as a break above that would be significant, right? And it also pushes onto the potential of seeing higher highs from there. Now, if we are able to make it into that territory, perhaps even if it is a slow grind up, I think the trend is fully changed, right? Or potentially. If we're able to break past these levels and out of this channel to the upside, I think that the trend is potentially on its way to turning around. I think right now, though, it is a bit too soon to call. It's going to depend. If we see a little bit of slow consolidation upwards, then it could be an interesting opportunity. However, one thing that is on my mind, especially considering historical trends here, and especially considering the 2% drop that we have seen in the post-market so far, is, are we going to see this one come back down? If we do see it come back down to these levels at 41.80, very strong argument to be made for the historical bottom that we have seen here. Very strong argument to be made for the for the better price opportunity that it could potentially present. However, that is going to be a matter of opinion. Like I say, it's not for me to make up you guys' minds for you. This is going to be a level to pay attention to for me on the low end. If we bounce down to there, I'm not too concerned. Again, on the upside, very, very simple. Not really too much momentum to really push up against. Simply break above 44.50 all the way up to 44.90 and things are looking very good. Again, a break into the $47, $48 range is going to be an absolutely important and monumental moment to pay attention to here. So really they are the key levels that I'm looking for, irrespective of situation. On the downside, looking for these 41 ranges. On the upside, potentially all the way up to 47. Stay in this channel anywhere between, we're going to call it 46 and all the way down to, you could say, 43. And I think things really are just quite still. Things are quite monotonous, right? Break below this is potentially looking to that downside push to this support. Break above that is going to be pushing up to these levels and beyond, where things really and truly will get interesting. Either way, I'll be updating you guys on what happens, so please do subscribe if you want to see more content on this particular stock. Thank you for your time. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, again, give it a like, and I do hope I'll see you in another update very soon. Leave your opinions down below. Thank you, and I hope I'll see you soon. Goodbye, guys.